Hello and welcome to Blocs Master. My name is Elder, and in today's video I will show you the new custom brick called Flexi filter, which is a fancy new brick from the developer of Blocs, which allows you to filter the content on the page. It can be anything, it can be images, it can be just columns, divs, whatever you want. And in this video I will show you just a couple of ways you can use it for your website. So let's go to the Blocs store. This is the brick I'm talking about. It is super flexible and it is very easy to set up and to use, which we will do in this video. Obviously, I will just show you one or two ways you can use it, and you can imagine there are much more ways to do that. I will open a new project I started just today for the new templates. And if you go to shop, I had this kind of light, dark, 2, 3 categories and lots of products which I can filter by color. I will show you how I've done that before using tabbed content brick, which is still usable. You can use it, of course, and I will show you the better way using the new Flexi filter brick. So let's add the brick to this page. I already installed it. Installing bricks, you just double click it or you drag it onto the Blocs app icon and it will install it. So let's find the Flexi filter and add it to the page. And right away it will ask you to assign a group ID, which you will have to assign to each element you want to be filtered. So let's go to the sidebar here, and the first thing we will do, we will assign the ID. Well, this is shirts, so let's say shirts. I will actually copy that because under this row, I will place another row, this column, and I can decide how wide or how many columns I will have on each brick point. So let's say here I will have 2 columns. So on the mobile, I will have 1 column. On SM brick point, I will have 2 columns. On MD brick point, I think I'm good with 3, and on the bigger one, well, 3 as well. I think it's fine. So after that, I can add one item. So it will be image, and for image, I will just use, let's say, green. And under this image, I will type the name. So let's say green shirt. And the price, I will make it $28. Let's align it to the center. And let's add some margin on top. Maybe make it a little bit bolder and darker. So I think I want to add the bold as well. This is the minimalist library project, so all of the styles are built in and very easy to manage, of course. So this is pretty much everything I want to have. Maybe like that. And under this column, I want to have some margin. And the reason why, because I want to duplicate it a few times like this. And I want to change the color. So I will have red, and I will have, well, let's say pink, and one will be dark. So let's say black. So this will be red, this will be pink, and this will be black. And I actually want black to be not the last, but maybe a second, so we can see it better when we hide it or show it, something like that. So now we're almost ready to use the brick. Let me select the brick and show you what kind of options we have here. So we have a few options, but very powerful options. First of all, we can filter using just the text content we have inside this column. And by the way, the column, we will add the custom attributes to this column in a second, but just so you know, everything inside this column can be kind of used to match and filter. And we can use tags, or we can use both tags and text. So let me actually add one of the images. Let's add the custom attributes to the first one. And there are basically 2 custom attributes you need to know about. Data filter group. So we will select the first image, the first column, column, not image. The column has the image inside. And we will add the data filter group. As you remember, we typed shirts for the brick itself. You remember here, shirts. So we need to use the same group for all of the elements we want this brick to control. So after that, we will add another one, and this one will be tags, data filter tags. And tags is basically what you want to show there as options on top. So for now, let's add light and dark. So we will have light colors and dark colors. So let's add data filter tags, and I will type light. So if we go to preview, right away you can see already we have this light option. What I will do now, I will go to this first column and I will select two of these custom attributes and actually copy them. The new feature we have in the, I think this is the beta, well, I'm in the official version, but I think in the beta you can actually copy and paste the custom attributes. Let's see if this is possible. Oh, it's possible here as well. Cool. I didn't know it's possible in the stable version already. So for the black column, this black image, I will change the light value to dark. And for the red one, I guess it is, well, I don't need to add one by one. I can just select them and copy paste custom attributes like that. And to this one is light, and pink one is also light. Yeah. I think I want to add one more dark, so we have more. So let's say I want to add dark blue shirt, and this one will be dark. Okay, so now we have two darks, three brights. We can go to preview, and now we can see we can switch between them. Very cool. So now let's explore some other options. Of course, you can notice here we have search as well. So if we type black, it will show us black. But I'm not a big fan of this default look of this search box. It's too big in my opinion. So I already told you about the filter using text or tags. We will use both because I want to use the text inside the column as well as tags I added. So let's say text and tags. Okay. And we can add the class to style it, but for now I will just leave it as it is. Excluded items. Well, when we select light, we want for dark to disappear, right? So right now when we select dark, you can see light just fades off, and we can change between few options. You can see this one is instant. I think I like it more. Then we have shrink. You can see they kind of, well, cool animation. I think some users might like it. I can think of few. And we have, which one is this? Mute. So it's kind of stays in place, but they make them kind of almost invisible. Good option, I guess. And blur, it will just blur the unavailable ones and make them like lower the opacity as well. I think I would like just fade or hide. Yeah, I think for me this one is better. Animations are not always needed. And in addition to that, we have a few options for input field, for the search in this case. So I think the design is fine. I want it to be, well, actually, let's go for rounded. Okay. And size, we can make it compact. As you can see, well, because we have text there, and if it is compact, it's not very good. So I will delete the text, placeholder text. I will set it to be compact. You can actually hide it altogether, but I think I like to have search. So I will have compact without text. And now it will look like that. Well, now that we do that, I'm not sure I actually want it to be compact. Let's try like this, but do something different. I will, this is for the icon. Okay, we can change the icon. Okay, C will be fine. And this is the one I wanted to do. So tech cloud. This is basically the tabs here. And we can use them as it is. So they're after the field. We can have them below the field. Let's see how this will look. Okay. And we can align everything to the center like this. Let's see if we can make this compact. And below the field, well, I think normal, rounded. I think for search, actually, a field will look better. But for the tags, I would like to make them rounded instead of the fill. And selection, when you select single, it will allow you to select just one type at once. So if you click on light, it will disable all the dark ones. But you can also use multiple. So if you have many tags, and you can select many of them at the same time, and it will show all of them. For me, I think single is probably will be more popular option. And again, you can style the active and not active tag, in this case like tab, by adding the two classes to normal and selected. You can add the class and style it as you want. By default, they will be like this, black and white, which is fine, but of course you can change them if you want. So that's all for the options. So let's preview how this looks. Like this. So let's change the before field, above field, after field. And I want it to be compact. So I think this will be probably the option I will use more. So red. Okay, something like that. And we can use it, we can align it to the left or to the right if you want. Position of the icon, well, I think, let's see for the right. Well, it will place the icon on the right, I guess. Well, it's up to you. You can hide it right away. Well, if you hide it, you can't even see that it is search, so I would not suggest that. Something like F, I think will be fine. Yep. And if we set it to normal, it is quite big, but I think, yeah, I think I don't want it to be normal. I think compact will be the best. I would like a few other options, to be honest. So let's align it to the center. I would like a few other options, but by default, I think it's pretty good. We can switch between these two tags we created. And of course, you can make each of these links, each of these images link to the proper page on your website. And this way you can create the clickable products or whatever you make of it. So this is how you use Flexi filter Bric. Let me show you the older way. How would I have done similar design even on my older template? Well, because it is a minimalist library and we don't have a lot of time, I will actually just use one of the pre-made sections I have. So I think this one will be fine. I will delete all of the content inside each of the tabs. I will place, I think, grid inside these three columns for this breakpoint 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, like that. And let's actually copy paste this thing here. All of the elements we had before, we can place them here like this. And what I would have done before, I would do, for example, well, all light and dark. In this case, we can actually have all light and dark. I only had light and dark, but in my template, older version, I think I used all as well. But I guess you can add all to all of the elements there when it comes to tags, and it will produce the all button as well. Let me quickly do that. So it's not just me talking. I will show you how you can add multiple tags. So all, if you add it like this, to all of them. All. So now you will see that we also have all. Dark, light, all. Another thing, like if you just unselect the light, it will actually switch to all by default. So that's why maybe you don't need to have all if you use Flexi filter. In case of the like using tabbed content brick, it is a little bit different. So let's say that this is red. What I would do, I would actually put all of the five images into the first container, which is all. So let's add red. I would copy this. So for now, let me delete unused divs. I will select this grid, copy that into two other content areas, which are for dark and for light, obviously. And I would, well, for light, I will just leave, well, I guess I should have moved the dark somewhere here, second one. So for the light one, I will delete dark altogether, like this. And for the dark one, I will delete the brighter options. So basically at the end, all would have all. You can see all would have all. Light will have only light options, and dark will have only dark options. This is how you can do that using tabbed content brick, which is totally usable and totally good option still to do in 2025 even. But if you want more automation, more options like, for example, as I showed you, let's do shrink one. You can see that it does give you these cool effects, which you do not have this tabbed content brick. You do have some animation and you can adjust the speed by editing the transition speed. But yeah, well, tabbed content brick is cool, but it's very limited. And now, even if you want search, you can actually add search here as well. And using tabbed content brick, obviously there is no search, but you can add the site search brick and then set up each of these products as a separate page anyway, and then site search brick will actually scan all of the pages and use keywords and SEO descriptions and titles for each of the pages. A little bit different and more complex than this video needs to be. For now, all I can say is that Flexi filter is going to be very useful for me. I will use it probably, I mean, if it was today, I would probably use it for Blocs templates website. Blocs templates website, which has like 70 something templates. It would be great to have a categories. I actually have categories, but this website is now on WordPress, and I don't think I want to add this filtering on top of WordPress. If I would to recreate this website today, I would probably not use WordPress and we'll just use this Flexi filter, which is quite powerful. And then, yeah, I could just use Blocs, I think. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you is, well, once we're here, let me actually show you how we can quickly adjust the style for tabbed content bricks. Well, here we already have some style applied because it's minimalist library project, but you can search for nav tab in the minimalist library project, and there are 3 classes you can change. Nav tabs is for the whole tab area, so maybe if you want to add more like space between the elements or whatever, you can add nav tabs. Then we just have 2 classes, nav tab, nav link, which is basically changing the size or whatever design of this, all of the links, including the active one. And in this case, I think I just want to change how it acts on hover. Let's say on hover, I want it to become black and text will be white. So now you can see on hover, it will be like this. And the last class here is the active class. So this is, you can see it is a little bit different. So what I want it to be white text, and I want it to be black background. Same for the hover and for the normal state. So this is basically it. As you can see, I can switch between the categories and that looks fine. Of course, here we have similar design, but there is some animation there, some enlargement. You can do that all, to be honest. This is the tab content brick as well. I know this video was about Flexi tabs, Flexi filter, but I think it's important for me to show you that tabbed content brick is amazing still. So let me add something like this and see if this will, yeah, as you can see, it will enlarge it as well. So yeah, tabbed content brick is great for simple cases. If you want something more fancy, these animations and more automatic, so you don't need to create duplicate elements on the page, because as you can see, for the tabbed content brick, we have a bunch of duplicates on the page. And for this one, for Flexi filter, it's just 5 elements. And all you need to do is change the tags. And in this case, you just set the group ID to be the same as the brick itself. But overall, I'm very impressed with this custom brick. And knowing that this comes from Norm, the developer of Blocs, I'm more than sure that he will support it well, and it will become one of the must-have bricks for Blocs. I mean, if you use, for example, bricks like site search or page transitions, you know that the quality is there, or image overlay, for example, it is on top of the list when it comes to must-have bricks for Blocs. I think I'm on par with this, something like Vault CMS, and I think this one is going to be one of the first bricks I will recommend to all Blocs users going forward. In any case, thank you for watching this video. I will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.